Okay, here we are for review number 5. I've loaded my file and I've renamed it, saved it as FL5 review underscore Barack Obama. I zoomed in to fit in window and I'm reading the instructions that say Allie asks you to make some changes to another interactive banner she has started for a shrimp and fish specials page. You will modify the mute button. You will add an action to stop all sounds when the button is clicked. You will add actions to play and stop buttons to control the animation of the fish and to change the animation for the fish and shrimp specials text block to only play one time. Finally, you will select a different sound effect for stop and play buttons and to change the text on the play button to start. So it doesn't say play, it says start. Okay, so we opened it. We're on to step 2. Step 2 is open the button in symbol mode. So notice I'm on the stage. I'm going to get the arrow here. And to open the mute button into symbol edit mode is I'll double click on it. So only it is selected. And then what I'll do is select this little tiny box and I'm going to change the color to green. Okay? And use the action panel in script mode. Okay, first thing we're going to do is get out of the edit mode, back to the scene. The mute button is selected and we're going to use the actions panel. Okay, so Windows and then action panel, otherwise F9. Okay, so it brings this actions panel up. Okay, now you may see this when you open it. So to go into script assist mode, click on script assist. Then to find our action, we're going to go under global functions and inside of timeline controls, this is what we're going to want to do. Okay, so to mute, we're going to stop all sounds. In order to add this script to that button, it's selected, we double click. Click, click. Okay, so that's it. It's actually been added. We don't need to do a thing. Here's the button selected called mute button down here to verify. Alright, so let's close this by clicking here. So it turns it into this little thing. I'm just going to place this up here in the meantime. Okay, now we're going to use the action panel and the script assist tool to add an action to the play button. Okay, so here's the play. So you can select it and then what do we need to do? The play button instance, and we're going to put a play action. So let's open this back up again and let's notice we now have the play button selected. So let's double click on play. So that's what a single click does, whereas a double click opens it right up. Okay, so that's the play button. Now let's do the stop button. So I've just single clicked on the stop button, right? And now I'm going to double click stop. Okay, so it'll stop. And I think that's all we need to do right here. Play button, stop. Okay, so I think that's it for now. I'm going to minimize this, put that back here, and then up over there. So here it says, in the timeline, insert a new layer above the buttons layer and call it actions. So I'm on the buttons layer. So if I click this new layer icon down here, it'll create a new layer, and if I double click to name it actions, enter, and then another new one and call this one double click labels, and then it says create a frame label in frame 20 of the labels layer. So I'm on labels. I'll go to frame 20. Is that frame 20? Okay. And then I'm going to insert. Okay. How I do that is I make a keyframe. So that's the old F6, right? And then in the properties for that keyframe, we can call this LOOP, loop. Okay, see, you can see the word loop shows up because we've named it. Okay, create a frame label in frame 20, call it loop. Okay, use the action panel in script assist mode and add a go to action to frame 60 of the actions layer. Okay, so here's the actions layer, frame 60, and then we have to insert an F6 keyframe. Here we then can open our actions up and put a go to, double click. Okay, so go to and play. So we're going to change this so that it functions where type instead of frame number, we're going to do frame label. We want it to go to where? So right now it's going to go to frame 1, but we're going to, instead of going to frame 1, we're going to go to loop. So it's going to loop. So it's going to start out at the beginning, pass by, go to the end, and then jump back to here and just keep doing that over and over and over again. Got it? Okay, let's minimize this, put that back up over there, and then actions at frame 60. We want to add our sound. So we need to import. We're going to import it to the library. So file, and then import to library, and there's the ding file, and we're going to open that, and it's ding is now in our library. See, ding has been added. Okay, so in order to actually put that sound, we're going to open the stop button symbol. So here's the stop button. So we'll open it by double clicking. So now we're in symbol edit mode. And then it says insert a new layer and name it sound. So layer 1 with the color, with the graphics on it, that's what this is. We're going to insert a new layer, and we're going to call this new layer sound. In order to add sound, when you not when you turn the program on, not when you mouse over it, but rather when you click down, that's where we're going to put it. So we'll hit the F6. Okay, did that do it? Was that the F6? F6. I hope that's the F. I hope that's what it was. Let's undo that. Okay. I'm undoing things because I'm not sure. Okay, so I got sound, click this, and then hit F6. I believe that's got it. Hold on. Yeah, I think I hit F6 twice. But anyways, there's... okay, so F6, I have a keyframe. This is what it should look like. You shouldn't see anything else over here. And then under sound, there's our ding. Okay, so that was for stop. Now let's do the same thing for the play button. So let's go out of here and into the play. So I double click on play, everything else is kind of out, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to insert a keyframe, excuse me, a layer, double click and call this sound, and then on the down we're going to hit the F6 and name sound ding, and then we're going to get the text, and I'm going to hit the T for the text tool, or click, and then to select all the text and type in START. Notice I don't want to hit return because it'll add a new line there, but if I go to up, it still says play. So START, and over, double click, S-T-A-R-T, and then down already has start. So that's, make sure that they're all changed to start, otherwise it will it'll do different things. Okay, so once that's done, we can test it. So let's go back out here, and then if you recall, to test a movie, you hit Control Enter. Okay, and then to stop or start or mute. Okay, so stop, start, and then there's no unmute button, so all we have is stop and start. That's it. Very good.